Mostly I like to use red. They say red belongs to the side of the heart because it makes you humble. Whenever you put on paint, it's like showing the spirits that you're ready for anything, that your heart is good, that you're going to fight for your family or whatever you believe in. So this is what we use to symbolize in paint, that you're a warrior, and that's what warrior means, to be ready for anything and to fight for what you believe in.
My name is Terrance Brown. My Karok Native American name is Chitcus. I am a Karok tribal medicine man, Fatavenam. One of the things that we have going for us as Native Americans, we are the first Americans. As the first defenders of our nations, we have an honor to maintain as young warriors, as warriors for our people and this nation. And as we come together, our people join the military services, and in many instances, young men establish their manhood and they become young warriors. A lot of them participate in the different military services to honor their fathers' flags and their mothers' flags. There came about a celebration that took America and made us proud. Something that we could recognize and honor our veterans that serve, our veterans that are still in the service, our veterans that are MIA, and our veterans that are POW, prisoner of war. Veterans Day is very significant, especially for the Indian tribes. It is a practice by our Indian nations to recognize and welcome home all of their veterans.
Doing the parade today is just an awesome event, and everybody just bands together and makes it happen in Petaluma. I've grown up in Petaluma all my life, so just being part of this is just one of the most amazing things that I enjoy doing out of having my business.
I'm Otino Sholako. We're right here in Petaluma, California at the Veterans Day Parade. And we're helping Terrance Brown with the indigenous part of the floats. I would say that this is really an honor and a privilege. I was asked to come represent our veterans, well, no matter where we've been, but most of our relatives fought in the Indian Wars all the way to now. So there's been a lot of representation of all of our indigenous tribes and here in the area for the tribe here in this area. So to me, it's a great honor and privilege to represent our Pueblo people, where I come from, Pueblo and Dene, and from the Lipahene people. And it's just a really, really cool thing to do. I think really stepping up and standing for my relatives as well, and kind of joining forces in a good way.
So we're in Petaluma today for the Veterans Day Parade, and we're prepping for the parade right now and staging all the vehicles. We have a whole section of the parade that's going to be devoted to our participants. It's an honor to be here. I'm moved at some of the components of our section of the parade and the people who have been involved. I'm just very honored to be here.
The Rip City Riders, along with the Penry family from Petaluma, their son is a Medal of Honor holder, Vietnam, and a victim of Agent Orange. And in honor of that family, and in honor of Sergeant Penry, and in honor of our Vietnam veterans afflicted with Agent Orange, we made available this opportunity to lead our veterans during the parade event. Rip City Riders and the Penry family carried the colors for the Native American veterans. We had several vehicles involved. The primary one was the 1932 Ford Phaeton convertible. It carried the honor veteran J.C. Prince. The vehicle behind that was a special tow truck provided by Vic's Towing from Petaluma. It carried the drum singers from the East Bay. They call themselves the All Drum Group, and they sing battle songs from the warriors and the different tribes, Lakota, Southwest, and through that area. And they did a fine job. We have a young man that is now singing the high notes, and really proud of that young man. In addition to the drum group, right behind that was the traditional redwood portable sweat house. It was something new that we added to the Veterans Parade in Petaluma 2022. It's available now for the various veterans across the country that are handicapped. Right behind that was the dugout trailer that carried the twin sisters from up north, and in that was a number of our veterans and veterans family and family members from the Davis, Brown, Goodwin, Medicine family. Right behind that, following the dugouts, was the Agent Orange vehicle. It had a number of posters. It recognized a number of our veterans from the past, and it focused on our Vietnam veterans and those afflicted with Agent Orange. It is a very deadly dioxin. It kills indiscriminately, and it takes lives one after another. There are tens of thousands of our veterans today that are afflicted with Agent Orange. This year's honorary veteran is J.C. Prince, 98 years old, World War II Army veteran, and he has been in the position of hospice the last few days, but it was important for him as a man representing his family, representing his son and his daughter. It was important for him to participate in this year's parade because it meant a lot to him, serving his country as most veterans do.
Oh, it's awesome, and helping the indigenous people with the event and putting up all the towing a canoe, and then the sweat house is different this year. Didn't do that before. We did a drum circle before, which was amazing, and with the elders, and I thought we were doing that again. Doing the sweat house is just something that I'm just going to soak it in and enjoy a little bit more history.
In addition to our ceremonial redwood dugouts, we came by way of a dream that I had many years ago, and thinking that with all of our veterans that are handicapped or some in their homes and they can't get out, they have no means to travel, we decided that in this dream we could bring about a redwood sweat house and make it portable and travel to the handicapped veteran or where the family is, so that that veteran could sweat once more and be a part of the spiritual side that gives them a blessing, that gives them purity, that gives them their opportunity to feel like a true veteran and representative of their family.
I'm actually from Washington State, and I was in the 82nd Airborne back in the late 80s, and I had the distinct pleasure of being here in Petaluma for the Veterans Day Parade and riding on the Indigenous veteran float. It was amazing. I was so geeked out every moment, and I wanted it again for sure. Indigenous veterans were important during World War II because of, I think it was the code talkers that really kind of came to the rescue and assisted the military in many different battles. And I think honoring them anytime you can is important. Especially in Petaluma, it's a different vibe. I really felt honored today. I think everybody on that float felt the same. You had people not only clapping, but getting up and it was like a standing ovation throughout the parade is what I experienced, and really embracing the people who were taking part. You had people asking each other, grown-ups and children asking, what's that? What does that do? Why is that important? And it was sort of neat because it was like a rolling educational center, and it really brought a different kind of feel to the veterans, their float at least.
During this particular parade, 2022, we had a number of drummers, young drummers, that participated. There was Andy, there was Damien, there was Jordy. Several of my grandchildren participated in the drumming, and that's all they did. They wanted to provide some drum sounds for the participants and spectators, and basically it sent a message and let many of the folks know the natives are restless. Over the past few years, we've tried to bring something different. It started out in 1991. Walt Lara and I wanted to do something special to honor our veterans. As a result of that, we put together and made available a ceremonial redwood dugout where our veterans could ride in them and participate. As a result of that, it became an annual event across the state where we got the Northern California tribes involved. Each year we recognize an honor veteran. Soon Central California got involved. Robert Lewa from Point Arena, 2011, Joe Straw, 2019 from Cloverdale Rancheria, several other Central Cal representatives, as well Northern California, where we had a number of representatives. Our objective is to tie into the Southern California tribes, which would unite all of our tribes in our effort to honor our veterans. Hopefully in the year 2024, our effort to participate and celebrate Veterans Day with the tribes of Southern California will come about in the year 2024.
It's something that I was privileged to do, and helping them out and the Vietnam vets, and just kind of enjoyed doing this kind of activity and helping people out, and it's just something that we've done for over the years to just be part of the community.
I want to thank Terrance Chitcus Brown, especially because I had a great time and I did learn a few things, and it was a really great day to celebrate.
One of the things that I wish to address as a Caddo tribal medicine man is what our warriors do and how our warriors react and where they come to terms to give their life on behalf of their people. Many tribes across the nation and their warriors always defended their ceremonial and burial grounds. As first defenders, the warriors were the first to rise up to protect the elders, the young families, the older people, family members that had no husbands, and in general the tribe. Some gave their lives in a delaying action, but when the big battles took place, I can assure you, the tribes with their warriors knew and understand what their battle plan was, and that was to defend the tribe's ceremonial and burial grounds and their families. Kaduk Ada, Kara, out of all the tribes in the state of California, and there were several hundred, today, 2022, still sings its war songs. Our tribe did not give it up. Our tribe stepped forward and was prepared to do battle to defend its people along the Klamath River. One of the most significant things with the tribes throughout the country during conflict and battle was to count coup, to establish your bravery, to ride up during battle and touch the enemy and move away unscathed, unhurt, and intact as a warrior. One of the things that give them spiritual guidance is the warriors in time of preparation of battle. Some would fast, some would seek purity through the sweats, some would dance. As a result of that, a number of battle songs came out. Each of the tribes had drum songs and battle songs to honor in recognition and to pay tribute to their warriors of that tribe. I cannot think of anything more significant as a young man. When I was 16, a number of us boys wanted to defend our country, protect our people, to honor our American flag and the flags of our fathers and mothers. We went off to war. Some of us were 16 and 17 years of age, and some of us didn't come back. Tom Tolson was my best man in my first marriage to Shirley Singleton, and Tom was a gunner in a helicopter. And while I was en route going to Vietnam, Tom was killed as a gunner in a chopper. I realized then that not only was this serious business, but I lost my best friend before I even stepped foot in the Republic of South Vietnam. In honor of my friend Tom and our veterans, it's good to know that our tribes still have their drum songs and their war songs. Now, if you can imagine 8 or 9 drums going and the drummers singing backup rhythm and the lead singer going, I'm telling you, the hair on the back of your spine will stand up. It's powerful, and it's through that spiritual strength that you reach out and you realize as a warrior, you are going to engage the enemy and you are going to come back to protect your people and be with your family. That's the spirit of our warrior. Chitcus, kaduk ara fatavenam, I pihaya, kadamin.